All right, record. Okay,
Yeah.
it just
Now
said
we got.
recording in progress, so
I
go
got the
for it.
message.
Go
Okay.
for it.
All right. Also, at the beginning, I want to mention that sometimes the keys ask for identification features that are not always available at the same time of the year, such as buds that are not formed when the tree is just leafing out and fruit that is only available later in the season. Also, I'd like to mention about you do need some tools required to successfully identify trees like hand lens, measuring tool. In a case of looking at the pith, you have to have a sharp knife, but be careful. Don't cut yourself. And Bobby has basically already gone over the first slide. I hope everybody can see my screen. If they're not, I guess they sent us a chat maybe. I don't know exactly what to do about it, but I should be in full screen mode and looking at my summer tree ID, common trees only, emphasis on native trees, and identification accomplished using leaves, leaf arrangements, pith, bark, and fruit. Other identification keys. Now this would probably come as you get more experience, though. The habit of the tree, like if you're trained, you can usually look at a tree going down the highway at 60 miles an hour and tell what it is by the habit, the form, the silhouette, and the branching. And the habitat is always useful. Also, you can, for instance, if you're talking about swamp chestnut oak versus chestnut oak, swamp chestnut oak will grow in the lowlands, and on the mountains you have chestnut oak, dry xeric areas, and the distribution also is very helpful in identification. Uh, that's you can look that up on Bon App or some of the other services that use that. Now today, this is the book that he was talking about. This a newer book. I think he said from 2007. And one of the reasons that it's harder to key in this book is because it's the whole southeast. So it might include trees that are not found in Georgia. And then the one that we're actually using is the older book, the Claude Brown and Catherine Kirkman book. Now, if you this is the newest version of this book. If you don't have this book, you need to get it because this is the one that has all the terms in it. And I don't think anybody can memorize all the terms used in identifying trees and especially wildflowers. This is the newer version, and the older version is the one that I have still. And it's almost as good as that one, I guess. So, don't know how many changes have been made. I'm gonna have to keep a peppermint in my mouth. I'm dry out here today. I'm hoping everybody that got these diagrams looked through here to determine that these terms, like for instance, this first one shows a simple leaf, pinnately compound leaf, and a bipinnately compound leaf, palmate compound, and trifoliately compound. I'll show you examples of that in when we get past the diagrams of actual leaves. Of course, the other terms are stem, axillary bud, stipule, petiole, blade, and midrib. Rachis, the leaf leaves are called leaflets on the pinnate and bipinnately compound. They're leaflets. So all of that will fall off in the wintertime. Every bit of that will fall off of the twig right there. Let's see if anything else goes on that page. Then you have your leaf arrangement. This can I noticed in my photos, this can be difficult to see if you're taking pictures of a live tree because they're jammed so close together, it's hard to tell. But when they're laying flat like this, you have an alternate, opposite, and whirl leaf patterns. My leaf arrangements. That's pretty simple right there. we won't be dealing with any needle-like, owl-like, or scale-like leaves today. Those are be mostly your evergreen like pines and firs and spruces, etc. But the different shapes here, I hope everybody. I don't know if you can memorize all that or not, but you can look it up in any book showing all the different kinds of leaves: linear, oblong, lanceolate, oblanceolate, ovate, obovate, spatulate, oval, elliptic, cordate, deltoid, and rhomboid. I'll say them just because you didn't know how to say them, pronounce them. The leaf margins, entire, means they have no teeth or anything. Revolute, they're rolled under on the sides. Undulate, they're wavy, I'd say. Serrate, double serrate, dentate, crenate, lobed, and lobed. Oaks, silver maple on the right, probably. The different leaf tips, apices they call it: acuminate, acute, obtuse, round, truncate, emarginate, mucronate, cuspidate, and the bases: cuneate, acute, obtuse, round, truncate, cordate, auriculate, in equilateral. The venation, leaf venations, the veins: parallel, pinnate, palmate, and arcuate. I think I included an example of arcuate here.
Dogwood.
Anybody know what that is?
Oh, I told it. I'm
I'll
sorry.
be done. So yeah, that's obviously that's a good example, but that's a dogwood right there. I do have some fruit types in here. I don't know how much. We will have samaras. Is that the right pronunciation? I guess that's right. Samara.
Samara?
Yeah, Samara. I
Samara.
confused it with a horror movie, The Circle. I mean, not Circle. Achenes, obviously, that left on the Samaras, the left one would be a ash, and the one with two is a maple, obviously. Achenes, it could be sycamore or whatever. Fruit husk, you got maple, hop hornbeam on the right with a nut with husk, capsules, legume, follicle, pommy, drupe, and berry. We probably won't have all of those in the keys, I hope. And then we have Bobby and I wondered what that first one was going to be, cone-like cluster of nutlets, and he said he thought it was a birch. Isn't that right, Bobby?
Yeah, that's my guess. What fools you is the size is not as big as those other two.
Now
The
that one
si
in the middle is samaras again. It's a group of samaras,
Like a tulip
smaller.
poplar.
The tulip
Oh,
poplar, yeah, and the follicles on the right is the fruit of probably a holly,
magnolia.
magnolia, yeah.
And it's interesting, those two on the top right are same family.
Mm-hmm.
The pattern is the same.
Hmm.
Collectively, that's called an aggregate fruit, but
Mm-hmm.
the one on the left has got samaras and the one on the right's got an aggregate of follicles.
Mm-hmm. Of
So,
course, that one on the bottom is a capsule. Everybody knows what that
yeah,
is.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a sweet gum, of course. And this one in the middle there, a Keen's, is a sycamore. And a drupe, I guess, could be a raspberry or blackberry or whatever, any kind of
yeah.
fruit like that. Now, got real examples here to go by. We don't want to go too fast through this because when we go get into keying, I have got 10 species to key. That's being optimistic, but hopefully we'll get through all those. This is a good example of a simple leaf. Of course, this is mountain maple, actually. Um, so, and this one here is a good live example of a pinnately compound leaf. This is actually Fraxinus quadrangulata or blue ash. Although this species, Bobby says, doesn't grow in Georgia, it's the best example that I could find of a bipinnately compound leaf. It's easier to see. This is actually a Kentucky coffee tree. There's one nice one out here at Berry College that has fruit on it from time to time. So Gymnocladus is a genus name.
They planted that thing in Chicago, and the pods fall on cars and damage them.
This course is
Richard, let me ask just on that Gymnocladus dioicus.
mhm.
Do you have any recommendation as to whether we could propagate that, intentionally, by overwintering and then planting, keeping it protected, of course, during the germination
by
process.
by
What would
seed
you recommend there?
by the seed, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't. I don't know what you'd have to do to it. I've never, I don't get into that.
I would guess what you would do is what you have to do with a lot of legumes.
Put it in the refrigerator.
right,
Scarify the seeds in the pod. You have to
right.
I have to you used to take to get honey locusts, you have to take a nice little rat tail file or
That's
angler
right.
file and file them, and then I used to let students do that, and they would learn what would happen if you did it to one and didn't do it to the control. The control would not germinate.
That's right. Yeah, you do have to scarify the. You have to break the testa as which is the outer hull of the seed itself. So you have to break that testa, and that does two things. That assists with imbibition
Yeah.
during the stratification period. Imbibition is important. In other words, it has to soak up water. Very often, that testa will not permit water absorption very well. And in nature, of course, the service is performed by um, herbivores that eat those pods and seeds and pass them through the digestive tract. And so they come out nicely, well scarified, and get a nice fertilizer poop to go with it.
That
So,
that ought to do it.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So just a question again, Richard. Would you uh, would you recommend if I was to do this? Would you could you show me where this tree is and
Oh yeah.
approximately
Oh
what
yeah.
time of the year to show up at your doorstep and we go collect some of those seeds if that's
Sure.
all right with you?
Sure would. Yep. No doubt. No problem. That I'll do it.
All right, I'll be pleased to join up with you then. Thanks.
Okay. Good.
I got a pod outside in the garage, but it's pretty old, so you'd be better with fresh material.
Yeah, I think I have one here too somewhere. Also the Caria liceniosa pods, the big old giant shell bark hickory, palmately compound leaf. Going back to the program, this is a very easy example and easily identified tree, at least to the genus anyway. This
Right.
is probably a yellow buckeye, I guess.
On that, Richard, on C. liceniosa that you mentioned, does that favor the calcareous soils which are prevalent in your area? In other words, is there any reason to think that they wouldn't grow on the more typical Piedmont soils that are of lower pH and chemical composition? What do you recommend there?
I don't think. The only place that we were able to relocate it, Wilbur Duncan had about 5 locations here in Northwest Georgia where he collected it. The only one that we were able to find was at a place called, believe it or not, Hickory Flats Road. It was just
Well,
south of Dalton up here in the swampy area just off of is it Conestoga River? I think it is Conestoga that runs through there.
what hickory?
The shellbark hickory.
Oh, okay.
And it was growing in a swampy area there. And so I don't know if that soil is limestone or what. It may be, but So I don't know. I guess it would be okay in the Piedmont, regular Piedmont soils.
All right. I'll try that too if I ever find it. Maybe you can show me where to get it,
We can
and
definitely go get some seeds. Yeah.
I'll give it a try.
Okay. All right. I think I finished this one. Okay. This one here is also a good example of a trifoliately compound leaf. And there's only two that I know of easily anyway. And this is the bladder nut, Staphylia. And the other one is a hop tree, Tilia. So and the difference is this one has teeth on the edge of the leaflets. You see here the teeth. The other one is smooth
And
or
also
entire, as they call it.
bladder nut is opposite, and the Telia, the hop tree, is alternate leaves.
Okay. All right. This is an example of an alternate leaf arrangement here. I put it in here so you can see it really well. Of course, this is a basswood Atelia. This is a good example of opposite leaf arrangement.
That is good.
That's a viburnum right there. And this is a whorled leaf arrangement, although this tree can be whorled or opposite either one. This is a catalpa or Indian bean.
There's an opposite one in the background on the right.
Yeah, there is. So they're not all whorled, so I don't know. But it can be whorled, I guess. Assuming that y'all have memorized all that information that we just discussed. Right. This is just where we're going to start keying plants. And right now I have dichotomous keys, and I put the definition of a dichotomous key underneath there, and I'll read it out, I guess. Is a tool used to identify an unknown organism or object by presenting a series of paired contrasting choices. Each step offers two options, and following the chosen path leads to two further options until the item is identified. Hopefully, that is. Dichotomous keys are widely used in biology to classify and identify a variety of living things.
Thing about the keys, Richard, that we may not remember if we don't go past this is if you do take you hinted about taking a wrong turn just now. And the wrong turn you take, you might find that plant 2 minutes, 2 hours, 2 days, or 2 weeks later. So the fact that you took a wrong turn is not a bad thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
You probably will take a bunch of bad turns because to me, the keys, I mean, they're almost like open to interpretation. Sometimes you really have to be experienced in key and stuff, but we're gonna simplify it all right now, I guess. But I put this in here, Bobby, just as an example.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'd say it's only one page. This is not where we're going to key out. This is just the first part of Group D, not the whole thing, just the first part of it. And so I was going to show you an example of a key and how you use it. And this is the traditional way you make a key right here with the number 1 and the indented number 2, indented number 3, and so on like that. And that's the best way. I hate these other kind of keys that have like A and B, and you have to go down, try to pick it out. It's very difficult to key in those keys, to my opinion anyway. But this one here, all you do is you look at your plant and you say, well, the leaves are opposite or the leaves are alternate. You have to make that choice. And once you make that choice, let's pretend, for instance, that the leaves, since we don't have all of the rest of the part underneath alternate right there, let's just pretend like the leaves are opposite, for instance. And then you have to choose the second one, number 2. Leaves palmate or trifoliately compound, or are the leaves pinnately compound? Well, if you recall, we just went through all that. So we're going to choose pinnately compound. Okay, and so we're just doing this out of our head right now. So leaf, scar, encircling stem, leaflets 3 to 5, or leaf scar, not encircling stem. Well, we're just going to say that it's not encircling stem, and the leaflets are 5 to 11. Then you have to go through this. It says often a shrub or shrubby, twig stout, pith large, margin of leaflets conspicuously serrate. That means tooth, of course. Fruit we don't have all the time. Or the second choice, twigs moderate, pith small, margins of leaflets entire or shallowly serrate, fruit ephemera or in racemes. So we're going to choose number 2. So this is the second choice, and number 5. This is fraxinus. This is an ash. That's just how a key works. It's very simple, but the choices can be very difficult, right, Bobby?
Yes, and before you leave this page, if anybody has ever seen or used Radford's manual, the manual of the vascular flora of the Carolinas, the keys are not numbered, the couplets are not numbered, and what that means is it's very easy to lose your place when you look from the plant to the key and back and forth. So that's what when you learn to when you're working with a partner, the one person can hold the plant, one person can read the book. That's great. But when you're working by yourself, you have to learn to profile the plant or do plant analysis. And the more you can glean from the plant initially, the fewer times you look back and forth. And that turns out to be an exponential gain when you learn to do that. But it doesn't come easy at first, but the better scoping out ahead of time of the plant before you start keying, the easier that'll be, especially when you're working by yourself. And the numbered keys are easier not to lose your place.
Yeah, that's right. And something else I was going to say. And rolling back and forth. If you're using Weekly's version on your computer screen, and you're rolling back across the room to your scope and back and forth, that's gonna be fun too. And when you're having to do it by yourself, which I always am. My wife always hated the keying. Plant number 1. Everybody ready to start? I hope you are. Here we go. We haven't been talking very long, but let's get in. You ready to get into keying, Bobby?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna show you some pictures here, and we're gonna start keying. I guess we'll have to use your key. Hope people printed it out, right?
Yeah, hopefully they printed it out or they're really that's the one with the red font in it.
Well, if you like my printer, nothing. I don't have any. Mine is just a laser printer, so everything's black anyway.
But basically what I did was corrected the errors in that key for the 1990, and I've added some things and even a few pictures now and then. I tried to enhance it. It's a better key of the 2 books, I think, except with a couple exceptions. But yeah, let's start out on the summer key to the general
and don't say what it is if you know, which I know.
Yeah, I'm not going to
Most
say
of you
that.
probably already know what this is, but so
In fact, that's a good point. The first time you do this by yourself, you should key something you know
yeah.
to see how it works. To see how it works.
Okay, we will. First choice you have leaves needle-like or not needle-like. I'm not going to read the whole thing, I don't guess, because there's no sense in it. We're not doing any conifers today, so we're not going to have anything in group A. So we can skip over to leaves not needle-like. Okay, are the leaves very large, up to 4 to 7 inches long, fan-like?
4 to 7 feet, Richard.
Feet long, yeah, right. Feet long. Oh yeah, feet long. Fan-like, stem unbranched, or leaves less than 4 foot long, stems branched. So you have to make that second choice. Everybody agree with that? I hope.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you choose leaves simple or leaves compound. What do you think? Simple? That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Leaves are simple, not compound. That's why I got this on the front first picture. Now, leaves opposite or whorled or alternate? Second
Opposite.
picture.
Opposite.
Right. Leaves opposite. Group B. Okay, so you got to turn over. The next page is where Group B starts. This ought to be fun, keying these things. I know it was going to be fun. Okay, well, this one here's going to be awful simple, evidently. Leaves 3 to 5 lobed. Now, better go back to my picture, actually. I have an opinion about this first picture right there, but we could say 3 to 5 lobed. That's still right.
Yeah.
Palmately veined. Everybody see that? Palmately?
Yes.
The veins all come out from one point right there. Most of them, anyway. Palmately veined.
That's correct.
Everybody get that?
Like the fingers of your hand.
Fruit, a samara. Now that I put this in there, but I don't really need it right now. But this actually you can tell by the twig a whole lot easier about the leaves being opposite or alternate. See that? The twigs are much easier to see on the. I had to get a press specimen to see that alternate arrangement right there. I couldn't find a good picture because all the leaves were just so jammed up you couldn't see it. So now that, my ladies and gentlemen, is a samara or samara. That's two of them, of course.
Double Samara.
And people call these helicopters. Throw it up in the air and it comes around like a helicopter blade. Is that what you ever heard that, Bobby?
Yes.
Okay, so we have reached what, ladies and gentlemen? We've already keyed this to the genus. It is Acer.
Yes, sir.
Acer in part.
And the reason they
By
got
the
that
way,
in part is because
there's
box elder is
Mhm.
not it's not simple
it
leaves,
has
and that's
a compound leaf, right?
yeah.
All right, this is a picture with a male flower. I don't know if we need this or not, but I put it in here. This is the male flowers, and this is the female flowers of a red. Well, anyway, that's the fruit. So that's a samara. I think I gave it away already, but anyway. All right, here's the key. Leaves are simple. Go to second number one. Leaves are simple. Okay, are the leaves serrated, sinuses between lobes V-shaped, or the leaves with wavy margins or entire sinuses rounded? I guess I need to go back, don't I? We're going to go back to number one. See the V shape there on the sinuses? I never noticed that before. I never keyed it, Bobby.
Well, see, that's the advantage of keying. You know things, you see things that you overlooked before.
So when we get back, I'm making everybody dizzy. Okay, so we're going to choose the first choice there. Leaves serrated, sinuses between lobes, V-shaped. Right?
They sure are.
Okay. Number 3. Flowers appearing before the leaves, fruits maturing in spring, buds sessile with several visible overlapping scales. Or flowers appearing with or after leaf emergence, fruits maturing in late summer, buds stalked with 2 visible scales. So buds, well, let me look at the twig. That's where you see it, right?
Yeah, the twigs,
buds
yeah.
are not stalked. And if you look at the end right here, you'll see it says several overlapping scales.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You happy about it, Bobby?
Yes.
All right. Leaves deeply 5-lobed, the terminal lobe with inwardly sloping sides toward the base. Crushed twigs, well, we can't do the crushed twigs. with a strong fetid odor, or leaves 3 to 5 lobed, the sides of the terminal lobe sloping outwardly toward base or parallel, crushed twigs without fetid odor. Okay. Let's see how the things are sloping. Well, they're sloping like they're supposed to be, right?
Yes.
Okay, so all right. So basically, this particular plant turns out to be the second number 4 right there.
Yeah.
Acer rubrum,
Right.
or red maple, probably one of the most common trees in the North Georgia woods, right? And it's becoming even more common, I think.
That tree has the widest latitudinal distribution of any tree in eastern North America, all the way from Canada to Florida, South Florida.
That,
And back to that slide. Go back to that slide.
Pocket, didn't that original leaf you showed, didn't it actually slope inward?
this first picture,
Yeah,
that one,
there. Isn't that a slope inward instead of a slope outward?
What's the question, Carolyn?
We're talking about the terminal lobe.
yeah.
Yeah.
So are we talking when you're talking about the terminal lobe?
Yeah.
Get back to the picture. Get back to the picture, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I'm gonna read this. The terminal
I know the problem she's getting at.
inwardly sloping sides.
You'd have to show silver
Oh,
maple to see it, Richard.
Well,
So on the leaf, if you get back to this one, so when you the actual lobe, is it the lobe is that because it has many lobes in the lobe, and I was thinking, that big section was the first lobe, and that slopes
if I can interject here, I think what the intention is the big lobe, the big thing that's 3 lobed with itself.
Uh-huh.
And on silver maple, which is the other choice,
Uh-huh.
it slopes, it tapers inward, and so instead of being straight, the cut goes deeper and inward, so that you have a pinching off effect.
With
have
Acer
that.
saccharinum, I
Okay,
might interject here that the Acer saccharinum lobes are much deeper and wider. You won't find them that way in Acer rubrum. So the silver maple, which is saccharinum, has much deeper lobes than the image that's currently on this screen.
Okay, so it's more pronounced. All right, thank you.
Yeah, and to go back to the key, Richard, one more thing that would help everybody, I think, the key. All right, let's just say that you don't know that rubrum means red. What would help people that don't like common names to don't like scientific names, to write the common names in the margin. If you don't know saccharinum is silver maple, just write it in the margin, and you're cheating in a way, but it helps. So
when they say, Bobby,
yeah.
When it says for instance, saccharinum, it says the slope with inwardly sloping sides.
Right.
Does it mean it's smaller at the base?
That's right. That's exactly right. It's pinched off to Well,
that first picture of mine is a little bit that way. I see what she's talking about.
Well,
on the right side is a little bit pinched in.
Well, it's not. First of all, the silver maple has a longer, more prominent terminal lobe.
Yeah, if I could bring up my website here, I will do this. I'll bring it up at the end and we'll look. Okay.
Yeah.
Who was that, Carolyn?
Too bad we can't smell them.
Remind me sure to look at my website. Okay.
Silver maple smells bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, the twigs are.
You described it as a fetid odor, which is correct.
The twigs are much different too, obviously. Easy to tell, but sometimes I think trees are easier to identify by the twigs than anything else, actually.
Yeah.
All right. We're ready to go for number 2, Bobby.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not
Yeah.
going too fast, am I?
Those poor other people could unmute themselves and tell us, but I don't think we're going too fast.
Okay, okay, I'll try to go slower this time. But we got 10 to do though. Okay, okay. We can't exercise this now. I had to start. Do we always have to start back on page 1?
Yeah. Back to page 1 of the red font key, or the almost red font key.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna skip the top one, of course, and going over on to the second one here. Leaves are not needle-like. I had to get a press specimen from off of herbarium to show this character right here. Leaves very large though. We won't have anything in the monocotyledon either, so we can skip that part. Monocotyledons.
No palms.
No palms today. So everything's going to be down here in number 2. Leaves less than 4 foot long. Stems branched. Okay. Number 3. Leaves simple or leaves compound?
I can hardly see the buds, but they
The
look
leaves are
simple.
simple. Yeah, the leaves are simple. Okay, so we go leaves opposite or whorled or alternate.
Alternate.
That's bad, right?
Yeah.
Group
Before we're done, we'll talk about that very thing about the leaves. For this group of plants, the buds are normally closer to the end of the tip, so the leaves get clustered. And that you see a little bit at the tip, but that we'll come back to that.
I'll show you that in a minute. But this is the worst key, of course. Group C. You got to go to Group C. Key to Group C. Leaves simple alternate. Here's my photo.
And one of the reasons it's the worst key, everybody, is because there's more alternate leaf plants than opposite leaf plants.
Right. And this shows the variation. Sometimes it can be shallowly lobed. Sometimes somebody's even named a variety of that, I think. And sometimes it can be deeply lobed, as in the picture on the right here. Now, this is what he's referring to. My desktop is not that color, but I guess I had to lighten it a lot. This is if you look at the end on the left side over here, you'll see a characteristic that we're going to need keying out here. And this shows the buds clustered at the end. And like Bobby said, lots of times when they first come out, it looks like your leaves are clustered at the end. So
Look whorled.
It whorled almost, yeah. So what are we doing here? Leaves thick, evergreen? No, they are not. I hope everybody sees that.
Yeah.
Where are we going now? Number 2 pages, 2 more pages.
Leaves not spice. Spicy versus not. Excuse me. The other number 1. Yeah.
Leaves deciduous. And I think Bobby's got something here in red.
That's way on page 5.
Yeah.
That's
Page
the problem with indented keys. You have to go till you find the other lead.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't numbered, it'd be difficult.
Yeah, it would be very difficult. Okay. This is going to be obviously very simple to key this one. Okay.
Yeah, because you've just let the cat out of the bag.
Well, there it is. I mean, it's showing on the screen here. Uppermost lateral buds clustered at the end of twigs, fruit and acorn. Well, you don't know it's fruits and acorn until I want to also, while we're here, I want to show you. Maybe I shouldn't show you yet, right?
Go ahead. Well, they're both clustered.
Well, I can. If I say it, it's going to give it away though.
Oh yeah.
So let's hold on. I put this one in here to show. We haven't talked about this yet, I don't guess, but how did we skip that? I thought it was on the thing. But this is a picture. If you look at the stem on the left side of the screen, you can see a leaf scar located right underneath the bud. And inside that leaf scar is what they call bundle scars. And if Bobby wants to elaborate on that, he can.
Well, it's just vascular bundle scars or the veins.
Yeah, that's where the leaf gets its nutrients, basically. Now there's the fruit here, so you know it's an acorn. That's an acorn. That's a
It's a beautiful, beautiful picture.
Thank you. And if also this shows the fruit cup down at the bottom having these knobby protuberances on it. And I'll show you a different one here. Now this, I can tell you what it is because we're not keying this one. This is in the red oak group. I'll tell you the other one's in the white oak group. But this one here shows the leaf cup and it shows these imbricate, or like Bobby wanted to tell me, overlapping scales. And the other one is much different, much different. I can't even tell they're overlapping, but I guess they are. But there's a picture of the leaf, and now we'll see. Now let's see what we need to see to key the thing, because being in the oaks, it's got to be very hard to key because there's lots of them, and there's several pages of this key. So leaves unlobed. No, they're lobed. So we go to this. I apologize for these folks. I was too lazy to use my scanner, so I just took these pictures with of a phone, and they're kind of distorted. I hope everybody can see this thing.
Yeah.
It looks okay on my screen, but so
Leaves
go ahead.
lobed.
Leaves lobed. Okay, now I couldn't tell too much about this next characteristic, but that's why I put that second picture of the leaves in there, but I still couldn't see it. Mature leaves mostly glabrous beneath, or mature leaves slightly to densely pubescent. We're talking about hairs, folks. When they say glabrous means no hairs, and there's about 60 different terms to describe the word, the number of different hairs and the way they're arranged.
And speaking of those hairs, part 2 of that Harris and Harris has a terminology by category. And one of the categories is vestiture, which is hair.
Now,
And they
this
have
is a
a
picture.
good
This is
outline of that.
This is a picture of the underside of the leaf, but I mean, I can't see any hairs on this picture, but it's not really all that clear. But we're going to have to take my word for it that there's no hairs. Okay, so we're going to go to number 8 here. Number 8. Mature leaves mostly glabrous beneath. Okay, we got 2 choices. Leaves with 7 to 10 shallow to deep, but regularly spaced lobes, whitish beneath, or leaves with 3 to 5 shallow lobes that tend to point toward the apex of blade, often irregularly spaced, greenish beneath. All right, going back to my picture. So you can tell that it has more or less regularly spaced and deeply, and the lobes don't point toward the tip. They kind of point out at a 45 degree angle, Bobby, something like that.
Yeah, yes.
Anyway, so this one is pretty easy. Now the other one I was going to show a while ago, and of course we end up with a white oak, Quercus alba, probably one of the most common oak trees in North Georgia is white oak, and probably all.
And you just said a very important comment.
What's that?
What I would do if I was them, and I'd cheat, I'd write Austrina in the margin, and I'd say coastal plain.
Yeah.
Because it's not north of the fall line.
Yeah. In fact, I don't know if I've ever seen it.
And it's, if you look at the map in on page 165 in the newer book, it cuts out right at the fall line sandhills.
Yeah.
It doesn't get into North Georgia like Alba does.
I was going to discuss right quick. This is a picture on the bottom of a white oak, twig showing the buds. Note the tip of the buds, especially on the end up there, they're what you call a acute or oval or rounded. But the top one is a Shumard oak, also from my yard, and it's a red oak, and it has almost acuminate, or at least very acute tips on the end right there. I wish I had a pointer on the screen. I can't do it. I don't get it. Y'all don't see my pointer, do you?
Yeah, I can see it. It's small, but we can see it.
You can see it. Okay, it's
Little,
yellow.
little tiny yellow one.
Well, it's not tiny. It's not tiny. It's big for a pointer, but
Now you can make it bigger on your computer.
yeah,
but,
I did. Yeah, we ain't got time for that. But I was going to show everybody that. That's one way, and you can look. You can cut inside a shell and look on the insides of the shell, and which one's glabrous? The red oak.
I don't remember.
Well, anyway,
yeah.
one of them's glabrous and one of them's hairy on the inside. You have to cut inside the fruit right there, the nut. Anyway, we keyed to oak. That's not bad, right?
That's good. Yeah. Once you eliminate oaks, you're halfway there.
Of course, we should have went one of these Shumard all the way down to the bottom here. the last one. What you're keying, listen to another thing. What you're keying usually ends up to be the very last plant in the key. All right, number 3. This is kind of go difficult, I guess. All right, here's a leaf picture. This is from my yard, by the way. This is a twig picture. This is a picture of the pith. I had to get this off the internet. I didn't have a picture of the pith.
What Richard's doing here is plant profiling or plant analysis. He's doing it for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's not very easy to take a knife and cut down the center of a twig, especially the kind these are. This is a comparison. Well, we'll have to go back to that one. I don't give away. I will say the bottom one, the top one is a solid pith, and the bottom one is chambered. And pretty soon, later on in the program, we'll have one that's diaphragmed, which is very good. Right, Bobby?
Yes, I saw it. Yeah.
That I had yesterday. Okay, This is the fruit. Everybody knows what this is, but there's the shell.
Or husk.
This is this is actually a different species, but I put it in here to show the bunnel scars, the numerous bunnel scars inside the leaf scar here. And this one here is I had to really magnify this. I'm hoping you can see it on the top part right here. Let me move my cursor right here. Right along through here, I'm hoping you can see this. In these teeth, on the marginal teeth here, there's little tufts of hairs. I hope you can see it because it's in the dadgum key.
If you hadn't told me, I wouldn't have seen
it. Well, they're there. I mean, that's the bark. Everybody says, "Oh, yeah, I know what that is." And there's the key. No, I shouldn't have showed you that. Dang. Oh, well, nobody saw it. Everybody knew what it was anyway. Now we'll start the beginning. Let's go back to the leaf. I screwed it up every time. Anyhow, all right, we're going to start with leaves. Where are we at?
Oh yeah.
I'll go back to the beginning, but
the handwritten job.
Leaves are less than 4 foot long. Are the leaves simple or are they compound?
They're compound.
Yeah.
This time we're going to go to group D. That'd be the first time we've gone to group D.
Yeah.
Probably all the way to end here.
And before he goes there, none of those leaflets have buds. That's how you know. Leaflets don't have buds. That's why they're leaflets.
Okay. Are the leaves opposite or the leaves alternate? Look at the twig.
They're alternate.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Are the twigs armed? Does anybody know what that mean? It don't mean they're carrying a gun. it means they have some kind of spines or thorns or not. So they're not, right? Leaves entire or wavy, not toothed, or on the next page. Where is the next page? Or the leaves toothed.
Well, the leaves are actually pinnately compound, so the leaves per se are not either. The leaflets are serrate.
Yeah, you're right. They're right. You're right. Did it say leaf? No, it said leaflets. Mine says leaflets.
Now, you're on page nine, right?
No,
Leaflets
well,
are
I'm on,
leaflets are actually they're serrate. They're not dentate. They're serrate. The leaflets, being 5 per leaf here.
yeah, yeah. It said leaflets. I'm on page 10 now,
Okay.
where it says leaflets are toothed.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And to John's point, serrate, dentate, serrate, the leaves are pointed to the tip. Dentate, they're pointed outward.
I went the wrong way. Okay, the next question is the pith chambered or is the pith solid? And there's the pith.
That's continuous.
Yes, solid,
Yeah.
continuous, not partitioned. Okay, is the fruit a nut with a
Yeah, it is.
dehiscent
Husk. We saw the husk, and then the next picture,
There
there's
it
a
is.
husk.
There's a husk. There's the fruit.
This species, the one that you just showed there, it is dehiscent. But in this, see, that's dehiscent right there on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
That being Carya tomentosa is diagnostic, or if it's Carya ovata, either one, they're both dehiscent.
Okay, so what do we get? What do we get to, John? What are we
Well,
at?
it's either, yeah, if it's Carya tomentosa, then it's going to have that
we
chambered,
hadn't keyed it.
chocolate colored chambered pith. So the pith itself is diagnostic to differentiate it from Carya ovata.
We haven't keyed it to species yet, but we're going.
We're still in the genus.
Well, now we are. So we now got Carya, right?
Yes.
Hope everybody sees that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this first question is right here is very difficult to see on some species. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like this picture that I had up there of the leaf scars, you can't see the daggum scales on these things right here. And this species here is the one that's really rare in Georgia called nutmeg hickory, Carya myristiciformis.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't see the scales. Now on the one from my yard, you can see the scales.
Yeah.
So the scales are there overlapping. So they're there. So let's go back to the key right quick. Okay, so the bud scales are imbricate. That means overlapping. Fruit husk lacking wings. Now I don't think I put a picture in there of that. But myristiciformis also has wings on its fruit. But our fruit, of course, does not have any wings. I hope everybody can see that. Okay. All right. I think I'm being too simple, especially with people like Mr. Rich Reeves, if he's here. Okay. Here we go to the number 3. Petioles, rachis, and lower surface of mature leaflets, glabrous. Now, see, this is where you're going. This is where the key don't work. You know what I'm saying, Bobby?
What? Yeah. Go say that again.
The key does not work right here.
On the glabrous business or what? Where?
Of this species, number petioles.
Okay.
I don't know about the lower surface of the mature leaves, but read the next choice though.
Yeah, you do have
petioles, rachis, and lower surface of mature leaflets, pubescent, or
there you go,
or with tufts of hair on the leaf margins.
And you showed that, and it was hard to see, but that they were there.
Yeah, it was there. So that's really tricky right there now. That's really
Yes,
tricky.
it is.
I'm going to tell everybody that right there because
Yeah.
you definitely read both choices.
Well,
Okay.
that's why if they go to the second part of that Harris and study the vestiture of the hair,
hmm
it'll be better. They'll get better at it.
Okay. Number 5, bark with shaggy plates or
Yeah, it sure was, but you
bark
still
without
need.
shaggy plates.
Yeah, they're shaggy.
Okay. Shaggy plates. All right.
But
Leaves.
but notice Richard went to read the other lead, which is always important. Okay, he went to, even though we knew they were shaggy, he looked at the second number 5, and that's always a good idea to read both leads
Yeah.
because it might have said,
There's your tomentosa
yeah,
pallid over there.
it might have said bark with shaggy plates or something else, but it didn't.
Myristicornis is not on here, but it has some shag plates to it, actually, too. Okay, leaves 8 to 14 inches long, leaflets usually 5, occasionally 7, nut about 1 inch long, husk about 1/4 inch thick, or leaves up to 20 inches long, leaflets usually 7, nut 1.5 to 2 inches in length, husk about 1/4 inch thick. Anyway, that second choice is shell bark, Lacinosa. Okay, we got to choose number 1 here. Leaflets are 5. Actually, I found Lacinosa have sometimes 9 leaflets. Seven,
Yes,
it's say
yes,
9,
Yeah,
7 to 9.
that's correct.
The ones I saw up there in Whitfield County had 9, 7 or 9, mostly 9, I think.
but certainly not 5 to 7, which is
No,
what we
no,
got.
no. So we choose that first choice of number 6 there. Okay, buds, glabrous, scales, shiny black, or buds, hairy, chestnut brown. Bud coming up. Bud coming up. There it is. No hairs and a black, shiny black.
If you have to stare, they ain't there.
That's right. So we have in the old books now, they call this Caria ovata variety australis, but now it's called, what is it called now?
I don't know.
Oh, Carolinae septentrionalis.
Oh yeah, that.
What it's called now. Caria Carolinae septentrionalis.
Yeah,
That's what it's called
that,
now.
that's when you like common names. Now, interestingly enough, notice that Richard said the Myristicornis is not in the 1990 book, but it is in the 2007 book. That's because Myristicornis, the nutmeg hickory,
It's
is
not
very, very rare
was
in
not
Georgia.
not discovered until recently by Richard Ware.
Yep.
Number 4, y'all have keyed a oak, a hickory, and a maple. Isn't that great?
We
So this
still
is,
got 36 people. We had 41, so we're doing wood.
oh yeah, God, can't believe we lost somebody.
Well, keying's not for everybody.
Oh no. So anyway, we have one here that's everybody already knows what this is, but
Liquid ambar staurocyphlua.
we'll go through this anyway. And when you see all the pictures, and there's only one species, so there'll be no keying to. All we got to do is key it to the genus level. That's the twig showing those prominent 3 bundle scars. You see those things, folks?
3 veins. Yep.
Look
Yep.
at that, man.
That looks like a smiley face.
It does. Or scary face. There's the fruit that people hate to step on.
Oh God.
I tell you.
And they're basically 2 carpellate, 2 parts to that fruit. There's just a bunch of capsules in a wad.
There's the twigs can be winged like a winged elm almost.
Yeah.
Slightly different though. That was all the pictures. So shall we key it?
Yeah. That's a good one.
It shouldn't take long, I don't think.
No, that's one of the easiest plants to recognize Down here, it's a weedy tree. It gets everywhere.
Are the leaves simple or compound?
Simple.
And
Yeah, yeah.
did I have a picture showing let's see.
Now,
Can you
he's
tell about the leaves there?
he's back on the handwritten red font key now.
Yeah, the front first page, number one. Leaves simple. Leaves are simple.
Yeah.
Leaves opposite or alternate? Let's see, I can't
They're
tell
all
from it. They're
Yeah.
alternate though, but I
And
can't
that's
tell.
how you tell.
Oh,
Let me
there you
just
go. Tell them
interject
that.
here if I could. That's the easiest way to differentiate this in seedling stage from any of the acer species, such as red maple. I mean, a lot of people get confused very easily because they develop this red pigmentation even at a young age, but the immediate differentiating factor is that this species, liquid ambar staricifla, which is sweet gum, is alternate on the stem, whereas the acer rubrum is opposite.
Right.
Yeah, go to
Right.
that twig picture, Richard.
Oh,
Go to, yeah,
that
right
one here.
there. You can see you can see the terminal bud, and then you can see two lateral scars, but they're not opposite. Those lateral scars are alternate.
That's
Mhm.
correct.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting at is you can see that the scars are alternate, which means the leaf arrangement was alternate.
So we go to Mr. Group C again, that terrible group on page 3. Leaves thick, evergreen, or turn over 2 pages to the next part of it.
Yeah. Well,
Page 5.
looking at that twig, they're obviously deciduous.
Yeah. Leaves deciduous. Yes. Okay.
That
Uppermost,
that's
uppermost,
on page 5 now. He's on page 5.
yeah, page 5. Uppermost lateral buds clustered at end of twigs, fruit and acorn, or uppermost lateral buds not clustered at ends of twigs, fruit, not an acorn. So they're not clustered.
Now y'all saw those oaks clustered. So
Mhm.
that's what the advantage of keying out the oaks was. You now can eliminate oaks.
Twigs twigs are armed or not armed. They're not armed.
No thorns or spines.
No. Leaves lobed or with lobed and non-lobed leaves on the same tree, or leaves not lobed. They're lobed, aren't they?
They sure are about as lobed as you can get.
Okay. Leaves truncate or V-notched at the apex. Let's stop there. Leaves not truncate nor V-notched at apex. It's not truncate. We'll have that in a moment.
Yeah.
You'll see what
Yeah.
that is in just a moment.
Truncate basically means no. It's another word for emarginate. You'll see there's only one plant tree in our flora like that, and we're going to see it in a minute.
Yeah. Leaves not truncate nor V-notched at apex.
Right.
The second number 25.
The apex is pointed.
Leaves uniformly five-lobed, fruit a prickly globose head of capsules, twigs often winged.
And yeah, there they are.
What do we have? Liquidambar,
Which is they can
sweet
write in the
gum,
margin sweet gum
sweet gum.
because we only got one species in our flora.
And I remember chewing on that gum when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's very fragrant.
Plant number 5.
Yeah.
We got 5. We got to get going here.
Yeah, well,
Gotta get
once you
rolling.
key a few, like we've already know what oaks look like, so we can eliminate them with the clustered buds. Go ahead.
Number 5. All right. Next one here is the one that was truncate.
Oh boy.
There's a truncate leaf.
So
See
we've
that?
already got it. See?
There it is right there.
Yep.
It's not liquidambar.
No. Do we need to start from scratch on that? I don't think we do.
We'll start at what, Keith? Number.
I mean,
Keith?
we could be on page 5 right there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Leaves truncate or V-notched at the apex.
Leaves are simple.
Yeah.
Let's see.
There is one thing on the next slide you showed that was very important, though, those scars that go all around the twigs.
Yeah, did we have to go past alternate or anything?
I messed you up by cheating there, but
That's okay.
we could probably that would if we could cut the corner
Okay,
here.
is it alternate or opposite?
Well, you can tell the scars are alternate.
There they are right there.
And not only that, like magnolias, which it's related to, it's got circles of stipple scars all the way around the twigs, just
There
like a
they are.
magnolia. Just
There
like a
they are.
magnolia.
There
Yeah,
it is. I hope everybody
yeah,
can see that. I hope
yeah.
everybody can see. I'll move my pointer right there. See this? This scar right here goes all the way around the twig.
And you can see they're alternate scars, so you know the
So,
leaves were alternate.
so we're on page
Also,
5.
also notice on the left side, notice the shape of that bud. That is
Mhm.
called a valvate bud. It's
Yes,
not
Yeah,
imbricate. It's just the
li-
opposite of imbricate. This
which
valvate.
is
is
valvate.
which is like was on some of the hickories. And
Valvate.
if you can't remember valvate, just remember that those two valves are praying. Their hands are clasped in
Yep,
prayer.
like two hands coming together up there. Yep, that's the valvate. Thank you, John.
Yeah, I think we did okay to cheat on this one and not start from scratch.
All right, let's go on page 5. Leaves are deciduous. Uh, uppermost uppermost lateral buds clustered. No, they're not clustered. One single bud. Twigs armed. No, not armed. Leaves lobed or with lobe. Yes, they're lobed. Leaves truncate
Truncate
or
or
V
V,
notched. V
right?
notched at
Yeah,
apex. Where's the leaf?
yeah,
V notched at the
yeah,
apex.
yeah.
So
Sometimes they call that emarginate.
flower, yellow green. All right, get to the flower. There's the
Like,
flower. There's the flower.
which it ain't a tulip either.
And you can see when this thing forms, it'll be a whole cluster or aggregate of what is it? Are they capsules? They're not.
And if you remember that drawing when he first started out on a
That's
fruit, that
that's an
yeah,
individual fruit right there. It's a samara. Samara.
Samara, yeah.
Yeah, samara. Yeah. And I got carried away with the bark pictures. A young bark, an older bark, older bark, an older, and older.
When you get real bored, you can do bark.
Bark, 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 bark. Anyway, plant 6. Okay, this is gonna be fun. I'm telling you, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, that's one of the
Me,
most difficult ones to go.
me and Bobby we had our own session, two sessions yesterday. Anyway, this is a leaf. This is a twig. So let's go ahead and start off. The You can see the leaves. The leaves are simple, and their leaves. Let's see where
Alternate.
alternate. So we're gonna go to where? Wait a minute. Leaves are all go to group C again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, group C again. All right. I'm gonna key all these plants. I have to stay on here till 6 o'clock. Maybe this will be somebody hanging there with me. Key to group C. Okay, it's kind of hard to tell on that one there, that leaf that I put on here because it's not the species we're gonna key.
But if you read this page 5, the other lead, what does it say? Leaves
Is
deciduous.
Yeah, the
And
leaves are
that
not. Are they deciduous on this one too? I guess they
and
are.
the twig showed that.
Mm-hmm.
Your twig picture showed that. Go
Yeah.
back to so it's deciduous. Look at that.
Yeah. So anyway, the leaves we're gonna go to page 5. Leaves deciduous. Okay, their buds are not clustered at the end. They are not clustered.
They're not like they're not an oak.
No, not an oak. Twigs armed or not armed?
No thorns or spines.
Nope. Leaves lobed or with lobe? No, their leaves are not lobed.
Go back to the leaf.
That lobe, especially.
Yeah, they're not
that
lobed.
one. Now, some of the ones that I got pictured
Oh,
down here,
yeah.
well, those aren't. No, they don't. They're not lobed. None of them are really lobed.
Yeah. Occasionally, this genus, except for one species, will have occasional erratic tooth, but it's not a lobe.
So now we're going to go page 6. Top of the page, leaves not lobed. Petioles swollen at both ends. There it is, Bobby.
Yep. Yep,
That's why I put this picture in there.
yep, yep.
That is an example of a petiole that's swollen at both ends. You
Right.
see
We're not gonna,
hairs?
we're not gonna key that one, are we?
No,
So
that's
go ahead and tell them what it
it's
is.
redbud, Cersus canadensis.
Yeah, yeah.
That's redbud right there.
That's the
I put
only
it,
one that's swollen at both ends.
I put it in here to show that it wasn't. You
And
can see
palmately vein
you can
too.
see some petioles on this one, and they're not swollen right here.
Yeah.
Leaves, petioles not swollen. Flowers and fruit attached to elongated bracts. Buds obtuse at base. Now I put some pictures in so I could show you that. I think.
Yeah, you did yesterday.
Where are they?
Keep going.
Oh, did I miss it?
Well, you had it in there yesterday.
Yeah, it's in there somewhere though. Let me go
Well,
down.
what he's talking about is
Let me
basswood.
go. Yeah, they're in here somewhere. I know. There it is.
There it is.
There's a
Basswood.
picture of the flowers coming off of a bract. You can see it better on this picture of the fruit.
Yes, better. That's better there on the fruit.
Yeah, that's an
That's
old
basswood.
that's an old
folks.
slide of mine.
Nothing else looked like basswood.
So I just want to show everybody that so that they would know not to get tripped up in the key right here.
Yeah. And,
Okay.
and that's what you'd do. You'd write on page at the top, you'd write Tilly, or you'd write basswood in the margin.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know what Tilly is, write basswood.
Flowers and fruit are not attached, okay, to elongated bract. Leaves broadly deltoid ovate or cordate ovate, or leaves not broadly deltoid ovate or cordate ovate. Twigs not markedly roughened by leaf scars, pith not five-angled. Did we have a? Yeah, I think we had a pith picture, but
Well, the leaf is not deltoid
yeah,
ovate.
the leaves are not. See, there you go.
I
There's
mean, that's an elliptical leaf.
yeah. So we choose where to get lost here. Leaves not broadly deltoid ovate or cordate. Okay, number 32. Stipule scars forming a line around or almost around the twig, and you can see they're not.
The one of the choices there is magnolia, which would look like the tulip poplar.
I think we got messed up somewhere.
No, not really. Well,
Yeah,
yes, we did. I guess we
we're in the
did.
wrong
Where did we screw up?
What happened to that pith chambered thing?
Well, what you were looking for the pith? It's not five angled. But where did we screw up?
It's showing a pith down there.
Oh, you know what?
37, but it's not.
I know what the problem is.
It's not showing up there.
The pith is chambered or diaphragmed, I think.
Well, where's the other option? I don't get.
Don't tell me we didn't print it on. I might have screwed up. Page 5.
I know we screwed up somewhere.
Uh-oh.
There's should be a pith.
I wonder if I messed up in my, or I'm looking for the other number 37.
Mm-hmm.
And it's on the next page. So the actually,
Something's got wrong somewhere.
I'm trying to figure out how we. Oh, I think I know what it is. Oh, we're okay. We're okay. We're okay.
No, we're not.
The problem is
we're in the wrong ballpark.
See what the problem is. 37 is not indented. To save space, I went to the left margin. So that okay. So stipular scars not forming around the twig at 30. The second number 32. That's correct. So go to 34. And if you could bruise it, you'd know it wasn't aromatic.
Oh, I see. Hold on, folks. I think we're doing it right. Okay. Stipule scars are not forming a line around the twig. That's correct.
Yeah.
Foliage fetid. No, foliage not fetid. Buds not reddish brown. Well,
what you would do,
they should have said,
people would do, Richard, is write pawpaw in the margin of their.
They should have said buds naked instead of saying reddish brown right there.
Yeah.
Instead of saying buds.
And the beginner should write pawpaw in the margin for a semina.
Yeah.
That way they know it's not a pawpaw.
Because the buds are reddish brown.
and they smell bad.
I don't, the buds are reddish brown. Okay, the buds are not stalked. So now it takes you to number 37.
Yeah.
I see how you did it. But
Yeah, and the problem is to
kinda
keep
messed
save
up.
space, I went to the left margin. I should have made a note about that.
I remember this now. We had a problem. Okay, so we got down to number 37 there, and I got a picture of the pith, and there it is. And that's a very good example of a diaphragmed pith.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not hollow like a walnut, which is called
Chambered.
So it's got little spongy areas in between there. So the pith is chambered or diaphragm.
Yeah.
So first choice. Okay, pith chambered only at the nodes, bark with warty outgrowths. That's hackberry celtis.
Yeah.
Or pith chambered or diaphragm the entire length of the twig, which you can see it is right there.
Yeah.
The second choice is number 38. Lateral buds superposed, the uppermost bud triangular, lower leaf surface with stellate hairs or at least on the midrib. Fruit winged.
What that means, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, is that there would be a bud above the axillary bud.
Yeah, there'd be
That'd
two
be,
buds up there.
but that'd be a leaf scar and then a bud on top of that bud. But that's not the case. You got a leaf scar, you got a bud, but there's no bud on top of that bud. So I'm not sure what that's about.
I don't have a picture of that. I don't guess here, but anyway, so we're here at the top of page 7. And so we choose lateral buds not superposed. And then the next choice, number 40, leaves commonly blemished with dark spots, leaf scar with a single bundle scar. It's got 3, as you can see.
Got 3. You can count them. 3.
Leaves not blemished with dark spots, leaf scars with 3 bundle scars, bark gray, fissured with narrow ridges.
And that's what they would do. They would write Tupelo in the margin of that for Nyssa and persimmon in the margin for Diosporus.
Should we try to key this or just discuss it?
Which one is? Oh no!
No! This.
Oh, you mean the species?
Yeah.
Oh, just you could just tell them about it.
Well.
Oh, here, yeah, use that to tell them about it.
Well, there it is. Fruits or pistillate flowers, solitary on. Anyway, we got up to Nyssa, which is black gum, most people call it.
Or Tupelo. Yeah.
Tupelo. Anyway, fruit or pistillate flowers, solitary on a stalk. Fruit 1 inch or more long, usually some leaves 6 inches or longer. Now that would be that first picture that I showed you of the leaf, which is Ogeechee.
Yeah.
That's not the one we're keying. What is that noise?
It's not going to be north of the fall line unless it's
people
been
signing up.
Except for one location, I think it is north of the fall line.
Fruits 2 or 3 to 5 to a stalk. Fruits less than 1 inch long. Leaves less than 6 inches long. That's the second choice. There's a picture right here showing the showing the fruit and the leaves of the one.
It's not in twos.
One I'm keying. Yes. Anyway, so we ended up the second choice, and you end up between they don't call it Nyssa variety biflora anymore. It's called biflora, period.
Yeah, they split it out to a separate species.
So bases of trunks not swollen, leaves thin, fruits 3 to 4 per cluster, stone not ribbed. Bases of trunks swollen, leaves thick, fruits usually 2 per cluster, stone ribbed. Well, I never checked the ribbing, but this is a picture of a true Nyssa sylvatica right here. Thin leaves, with a little a really short taper tip on
Yeah.
the end right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then this is the bark of a tree that's growing up here in Shannon that is not buttressed, but it has all the keys of a biflora.
Yeah.
The leaves are thick and they don't have a tip on them like that. This is a true biflora growing in the sag ponds over here in Bartow County. And it's got a buttress base, but it's probably because it's growing in the water.
Yeah. Go to
Anything
that.
that grows in the water is going to have a buttress
Go to
base.
that upland biflora one.
The leaf picture?
Yeah, that one.
That one?
No, back up to the
Oh, that
bark.
one.
Okay, I told Richard yesterday that Weekly has
And
a
Ron Lentz.
distinction, and Ron Lentz says you can't always tell them,
Mm.
but which I sometimes agree with. But when the biflora like this one doesn't have a buttress base, you really have a problem. But Weekly says something that sometimes works, and that the vertical pattern in the bark here is typical of biflora, whereas there is in Sylvatica, the normally upland species, not has horizontal patterns in fissures, not vertical. And you can remember that because vertical, the water would run down. So, but anyway, that has the bark that Weekly's, and this does that one too. The wet one does too, but not as obvious. The buttress one has vertical fissures.
This is growing down on the flatwoods near the prairies.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, most of these have more than 2 fruits.
Which,
I don't know what you. I don't know what.
Well, when I see fruit with more than 2, I don't see that little.
Those leaves are biflora leaves, right there.
That's the problem, and that is why Ron Lentz says you can't always tell them. Those leaves are not got that little tip you showed us, but the fruit is wrong for Sylvatica. So Ron Lentz, I believe what Ron Lentz said. You can't always tell them, and that's 1 in 10. You may not be able to tell.
If we had Dwayne Estes here, he'd probably create a new species.
Well, you can see why they were considered varieties for a long time.
Anyway, number 7. We have the leaves here. We have leaves. We have leaves and a little old green fruit.
Which gives it away.
Almost mature fruit, and then we have leaves here showing the dark spots on the leaves that we just read about in the key.
Yep.
And then we have, Bobby says this is a male flower. And we have twigs. And we have twigs. And then here's your bark. Here's your bark of a.
That bark is said to be chinky, CHINKY, chinky.
Blocky, I'd call it. But anyway, it's
more blocky.
Like,
blocky's another word.
It's more like a black gum, a regular black gum to me.
Somewhat like a dogwood.
Okay, shall we start at the beginning or just?
Yeah, I think so. We can go pretty quick.
You're running out of time, but okay. So we're gonna have leaves, simple and alternate. Might as well go to keep part C, I guess.
So go to C, group C, page 3. All right.
Leaves 3. Let's see. Am I on the right place? Leaves 3 to 5 lobed.
We still got 34 people.
Not lobed. Leaves are not lobed.
That's right. That's right.
Leaves heart-shaped, fruit 12 inches long. Leaves are not heart-shaped.
Wait a minute. Where are you?
I'm in the wrong key.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought something was wrong.
You need to be in page 3.
Yeah, I'm there. All right. Leaves thick, evergreen or not evergreen. Well,
I think you just showed us some twigs that were deciduous.
Evergreen.
There you go. Yeah.
Wouldn't have that.
Yeah. Yep.
Skip over to page 5.
Yeah.
I hadn't lost my place too much today.
Yeah, you're on page 5 at the top.
Uppermost lateral buds clustered. No, it's not an oak. So you skip that part.
Yeah.
Twigs armed. No, not armed.
Not armed.
Getting the gist of this, folks. Twigs not armed. Leaves lobed or with lobe, non-lobed. No, they're not lobed.
Page 6 at the top.
Not lobed. Leaves not lobed. Okay. Petioles swollen at both ends? No, I showed you that.
Not red bud.
Certainly not red bud. Well, you can see it on that one. pretty
See
good.
see how we cheated already with Redbud?
Mhm. Yeah, we're not doing redbud, but
I know, but we told them that it's swollen at both
Mhm.
ends on the petioles, and they know they can see it. It's not swollen at all.
And now we can go by the tilia, flowers and fruit attached to elongated bract. Well,
Yeah.
that's
Yep. We know. No, it's
that's
not a
not really
basswood. Not a
that's not really
basswood.
a bract. Let's see, leaves broadly deltoid or cordate, or leaves not broadly deltoid.
They're elliptical, broadly ovate or broadly elliptic.
We're gonna run into the same thing again, aren't we?
Yeah. Yep. But it's going to be. Yeah. We're going to keep. Yeah. We're going to have that same thing again.
Pith.
All right. The
I don't think I
stippler
have.
scar.
I don't think I have a pith picture of
Well,
this. No.
well, first of all, there's no stippler scars forming a ring around the twig.
Well, it is chambered.
Yeah, but we haven't got there yet.
Oh yeah, that's right. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
We're at 32.
Did I have a picture of that? No, I guess I didn't. I thought I had a
You-
picture.
I thought you did have a picture somewhere of that chambered. I think it was Dive.
Yeah,
No, you
that was
didn't. You
that was
didn't.
a different species though.
You had Nissa, but you didn't have this one.
Yeah, okay. So anyway.
And the reason I've never, only one time have I ever got this twig to look like what you're trying to get chambered.
Yeah.
It's not as good as Nissa is on showing the chamber. It's just not.
You want to go on down through here?
Yeah, well, you could, let's go back to 32 couplet on page 6.
Yeah, stipule scars. There's no scipule scars.
There's nothing going, no rings around those twigs.
No ring around the collar.
So it's 30, the second number 32.
Yeah. Foliage fitted. Buds.
Not a
should say-
pawpaw.
It's not a pawpaw. It's not buddy. Some buds are hairy, but they're not.
Yeah.
They should have said buds naked right there for
That's correct.
bud.
I should say no, but I don't think there's any bud scales hardly.
no. Okay.
All right.
Bud foliage not fitted. Buds not reddish brown and hairy. Buds stalked or buds not stalked? No.
Yeah, we skipped that before and we shouldn't have.
Buds are not stalked. They take
Yeah.
carriage to 37.
Yeah, by the way, before you go past that, they could just write witch hazel and alder by those two, and that would those are both shrubby plants,
Mm-hmm.
and this is a tree.
I didn't know. We didn't have a picture of the pith. So
No,
we're gonna have to just
this one you do not.
we're
I
just gonna
remember.
have to choose the first option of 37 there. We're gonna have to choose pith
Yeah.
chambered or diaphragmed.
Yeah, and for this plant, that's sometimes hard to find.
And then we're also gonna have to choose the second one, pith chambered all the way, entire length of twig. Okay.
You know what, Richard?
Yep.
Do this.
We're on page 7.
No, stop right there. Pick. You know you think it's wrong, but pick the second number 37, not partitioned or solid. Just do it for a moment. Humor me.
Okay.
Pick the second 37.
All right. Leaves entire.
Yep.
All right. You choose
Leaves leathery, and that plant's at the coastal plain.
the first 41.
Yeah. Yes.
Leaves leathery or not leathery?
Not.
No. Leaf apex is blunt. Fruits and feathery sprays or leaf apex acute.
Wait a minute. Where are you? Oh, I see it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 43. Yeah.
Doing what you said.
Smoke tree is very rare in Georgia.
The leaves are kind of acute.
Yeah, they are. And read the next couplet.
Oh.
Leaves older, blemished with dark spots.
Yeah.
Rutaberry.
Okay.
Persimmon. Now, what they did.
That gets you to the right place, though.
Yeah, but my point was up at the top of the page, if we'd gone chambered, we'd have got it. Also, this is what you call double key, people. Double keying. And when you got a trait that's very variable, like this chambering business, I said I've only ever seen that once in that plant, but they double keyed it for chambered and not chambered, or partitioned and not partitioned. And it keys both ways. So if you screwed up, it wouldn't matter.
Here's the example of the leaves blemished with dark
Yeah.
spots right here.
Yeah, and Nissa is not like that. The Tupelo is not like that. Not black spotted when it's old.
Mhm.
But I've never, like I said, I've seen this plant chambered one time or partitioned one time. But the good keying, this is a good key because it'll key both ways.
All of them are not that way though.
I know, but something that
Just
has a variable trait, and I'm telling you, that is a variable trait.
must be.
You have to be at the right twig at the right age to get it. And here's what Ron Lance said. He said, sometimes you have to cut it and wait overnight to see it.
Mm.
To see it part. But bottom line is if you'd screwed up it, if you missed it, you could it'd still work. But persimmon and black gum are often confused. And that's why they key out together on page 7. Okie doke.
I guess I should say if you're looking at the book, the key won't be messed up like that right there with that 37.
Yeah, yeah, the book indents, and I just got tired of running out of margins, and so I needed to make a note that the 37 I moved to the left-hand margin to save space.
Okay, number 8 coming on.
That's a shortcoming of indented keys. You run out of page.
The leaves showing simple leaf pattern, a very unmistakable bud showing
Yeah,
lots of imbricate scales, alternate leaf pattern.
Group C again.
It doesn't have a leafy bract.
Wait,
This is
are you already in Group C?
I'm not nowhere.
Okay.
I'm just looking
You're doing profiling. I'm sorry.
I'm just looking at pictures,
You're profiling the plant.
but I'm going to group C.
You're doing plant analysis. I'm sorry. That's what you're doing,
Okay.
for their sake.
All right. Groups, where in the heck is that? Okay, group C. Leaves thick, evergreen, or not evergreen.
Mm-mm.
Although this particular tree does hold some leaves in the winter.
Yeah.
What's the term for that, Bobby? I can't remember.
Yeah, isn't it marcescent?
Yeah, something like that.
Uh,
Okay, so we're back up at the top of page 5. Leaves deciduous. Let's see, let's show the buds again. Uppermost lateral buds not clustered at the end of twigs. We choose the second choice right there, number 19.
yeah.
Twigs armed with thorns. No, just sharp buds. Twigs not armed.
Not armed.
Leaves lobed or with no.
They're not lobed.
Not lobed. So we jump over to page 6.
Wait a minute. You go ahead and show them the leaf though.
Oh,
Again.
the beginning one.
Yeah, that one there. They're not lobed. They're toothed, but not lobed.
Tooth, not lobed. And petioles swollen at both ends. No, it's not.
Not a red bud.
It's not a red bud.
Those buds are very characteristic for that species.
Yeah, no, that's the wrong one. Yeah.
Nothing else has buds like that
No.
in our flora.
Flowers and fruit not attached to elongated bract.
Oh, it's not a basswood.
Not a basswood. There's the basswood again. That's where it had it a while ago. Stipule scars. Let's see. Leaves are broadly deltoid, ovate, or they're not.
Yeah.
There's the leaves right there.
And those buds are not resinous. They're
No.
not sticky.
Stipule scars forming a line around or almost around the stem of the twig. I think that's why I got this picture right here.
Yeah, there they are.
So you can see the stipule scar. That's very hard to see.
It's hard to see, but it's not as obvious as a tulip poplar or magnolia, but it's there.
It's there.
It's barely there at the bottom. Yeah.
I thought I would have to
Yeah,
There,
that's
there,
that.
there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Go back. I'm gonna go to this one right. I'm gonna go to this photo. No, it's the other way. I'm gonna go to the lateral veins of leaves par, par, am I in the right place? Yeah.
Yeah, you
Parallel
are.
from
Yeah,
midrib to parallel from midrib to margin.
that's true.
Leaves two ranked. I put this picture in there so you can see what two ranked means. That means these leaves come off of this side, these leaves come off of this side, and if you looked at it from the end, leaves would be almost flat.
Yeah,
And one plane is called one plane.
they're not coming off all around.
Yeah, like most trees do. Most trees do. I think I think one of the other ones does. We're going to key in a minute. Leaves. Okay, so the leaves are two ranked. Fruit, a triangular nut within a spiny burr. And there it is.
Beech
So
nut.
this is a Fagus grandifolia, or is it yeah, that's right. There is no other species native, but we do have one that comes from over in Europe, a European species of beech that I've seen is Arna arboretum. It's a very impressive tree. Limbs go out, drag the ground, take root, and form separate trees. It's really amazing.
And they stay on the winter, like you see in this picture.
Yeah, I did. There's a few leaves up there. I found a tree that hadn't been messed up by people writing their names on it.
Well, you know something that's important there about those leaves on those twigs? It's in the oak family, and oaks do the same thing. They retain their leaves during the winter.
Okay, number 9. We only got 2 more. Bear with.
Okay, all right. We're almost there, folks.
Check this out and check the base of these leaves. I want you to check what's called unequal lateral or
Lopsided,
lopsided or whatever base of this leaf right here is.
oblique is another word.
Yeah, oblique, a slight. Anyway, this is the leaf, simple leaf. This shows twigs, alternate leaf arrangement. I don't know. You can't really see I think this was also leaves all in one plane.
Yeah, two ranked.
Two ranked, but I can't see it too well on this one.
Also, notice the doubly dentate margins.
Yeah.
That's key to Fagus grandifolia.
Hold it.
Or actually, it's serrate, John. They're pointing forward.
Yeah, that is. It's doubly serrate.
There is
But
serrate.
it's doubly. It's not just a simple serration. It's a doubly serrate.
This is the tree that we're going to key right here, and the leaves go with that and all too. But and here's another one. In a minute, I'll show you what the difference is here. And this pith right here looks like spongy to me, and this is the fruit right here. Okay, so we'll run through. Well, I'm just going to start on key C.
Yeah.
Simple leaves. Key C. Might as well go to deciduous. I don't have any evergreen things in here today. Bobby, I'll let Bobby teach that South Georgia one.
Yeah, he's on page 5, I think, leaves deciduous.
I'm on page 5 now. Uppermost lateral buds that are not clustered anywhere. See, there are no buds at the end, but the terminal bud.
Yeah. That doesn't look like an an oak at all. They're not clustered at the tip.
Mm-mm. Okay, twigs armed or twigs not armed? Not armed.
Which is to be armed is in the minority.
Twigs lobed or unlobed?
Leaves lobed.
Unlobed.
Yeah.
Go to top of page 6, please. If you're here. Petiole swollen at both ends. No, we know it's not a red bud. Petioles not swollen at both ends. Flowers and fruits are not attached to a brach.
Not a basswood.
That is the fruit right there. Not attached to a brach. Leaves broadly deltoid ovate.
Do people know what a bract is? A bract is a leaf-like structure associated with a flower and fruit. And that's like basswood has. And this doesn't have that.
Very unusual.
Yeah, that's the exception. Yeah.
Leaves broadly deltate ovoid or cordate ovate. Leaves not. No, the leaves are
And the
not.
bud's not sticky resinous.
Okay. I guess we'll end up down there in level 37 again, ain't we?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. But well, first of all, the
Stipule
second.
scars are not forming a line around. Whoops, went too far. Wrong way.
Yeah, that's right. They're not.
Stipule scars are not forming a line. So we choose the second one, 32. Foliage fitted, aromatic, buds naked, buds not fitted, aromatic, buds not reddish brown and hairy. Well, they are reddish brown and hairy. That's why I said that.
Yeah.
See, that's why it doesn't work right there.
Yeah, yeah.
They should have put that. I should have
Good naked.
corrected her on that one.
But all right, I'm gonna write naked in the margin of the first 34.
Buds stalked or not stalked?
Well, they're not stalked, but the
Nope.
witch hazel and alder are both shrubs, and this is a full-grown tree too. They're not
Pith,
stalked.
pith chambered or pith solid. It better
We're gonna
be.
have-
It better be solid. Didn't I have a picture?
Yeah, I'm looking for the other.
I had a picture of the pith. Didn't I?
Yeah, it's over on page 7.
No, there it is. It's
Yeah,
solid.
that's solid.
Okay. Leaves
So
and
So
leaves.
we're on page 7 at 37. Near the top.
Yep, 37. No, yeah, we're starting on 41. Leaves entire to slightly wavy, but not toothed, or leaves toothed?
Yes, toothed.
Definitely toothed.
Yeah,
Definitely.
double, like John said, doubly toothed.
Double tooth.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're number 47. Bundle scar 1.
Now wait a minute, you skipped sourwood, but it's
Oh, I did.
twigs
yeah.
red or green versus brown or gray.
Okay, twigs red or green.
Yeah.
Flowers and fruit and one-sided racemes, or twigs brown or gray. Flowers and fruit not in one-sided. So we choose the second choice of 46.
Yeah, they're brown or gray.
Bundle scars. Do I have a picture? I'm not sure if I got a picture of the
Bundle scar 1.
There they are right there in that one.
I think I see, well, certainly more than one.
Yeah, there's certainly more than one. So let's skip over to bundle scars 3 or more. No, yeah.
And we got that same problem I did again with 53. I moved it to the left-hand margin, but we're all right. Bundles.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, bundle scars 3 or more. Leaves 2 ranked. That's right. Leaves are 2 ranked.
What? I've got a problem there. Where's the other 51? I screwed up. Somewhere I screwed up.
I don't know where. We don't need it.
Okay, but I need to later on figure out what I did.
No.
All right. Anyway,
I've got it right here. When you choose bundle scars 3 or more, it goes to 51. And 51 is right under there.
yeah, but where's the other lead to 51?
It's down the page, Bobby.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I
way
did,
down
all
there.
right. Okay, I did the same thing. Okay.
Leaves not 2 ranked.
Yeah, that's my saving page.
Now you can find out why people don't key.
Yeah, well, trouble with indented keys are good, but you run out of page real quick.
Oh yeah, that's okay. We got it now though.
All right.
We're in the right ballpark.
John Small didn't care about that.
Leaves 2 ranked. Choose number 52. Margin of teeth with leaves bristle tipped. That's castagna, which is chestnut. Margin teeth of leaves not bristle tipped.
They're not.
They're not bristle tipped, are they?
No.
No bristle tips.
They're
Okay.
sharp, but not bristle tipped.
All
There's
right.
no hair like there's no hair-like thing at the end of the tooth.
I lost my place again. Okay,
53.
buds, yeah, buds not as above. Buds with scaly plates or peeling in papery. That's
Wait a
bark.
minute, where are you?
53. Bark with scaly
Yeah, okay,
plates
yeah, right,
or
okay.
peeling in papery layers. Spur twigs on older branches. Lenticels on young twigs and conspicuous. Or 53. Bark not as above, lacking spur twigs. Lenticels not conspicuous.
You got a picture of the
I
bark?
do have a picture of the bark.
Okay.
And
That doesn't look too scaly to me.
no, and of course there's no
Yeah, but they're eventually going to learn that betula is birch.
birch, yeah, and it has lenticel on the bark. They don't have it on here.
No, there's no
There's
big,
no.
no conspicuous lenticels on the twigs.
Okay, buds, long tapered, 1/2 to 3/4 inch long. Flowers showy, fruit a palmy. Is it palm or palmy?
It's palm,
Okay.
like it's just like dome rhymes with
I've been
dome and
saying
palm,
palmy.
but
I've been
it
saying
it
palmy.
rhymes with dome,
All
palm.
right, buds. So, or buds pointed or rounded, but not long tapered, less than
How,
1/2
how,
inch long.
you know
Fruit.
what? That doesn't the Amelanchier bud look similar to a beech, real
Yeah,
long?
yeah,
Yeah.
not as long. Yeah,
Yeah.
long, slender. Yeah. So buds are pointed or rounded, but not long tapered, less than 1/2 inch long. Flower not showy. Fruit not a palm. Goes to 55.
Yeah.
Bark blue, gray, smooth, trunk fluted, fruit subtended by a foliaceous bract. That, of course, it would be Carpinus or
Yeah, which has about 7 common names, including musclewood,
ironwood, whatever.
blue
Blue beech.
beech, American hornbeam.
We saw the bark,
Yeah.
and I don't
The
have.
bark is not smooth, folks.
No, definitely not smooth. All right, leaves. So we choose bark, not blue gray. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, yeah. And it's not fluted like mussels either.
Leaves distinctly asymmetrical, or
Yes.
if not asymmetrical, leaves very scabrous, or twigs with corky wings. Well, I tell you, I
Yep.
can tell you that right there
Yep.
not only is asymmetrical, but it is very scabrous. If that tells you anything.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. The only problem was if that was winged elm, it wouldn't work very well because sometimes they're not asymmetrical.
So it carries us to ulmus,
Yeah.
and ulmus is elm.
Yeah.
And we have how many species? And that picture there is showing the picture. That's a winged elm twig right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Wings.
You know, there seems to be a problem here with this key.
Oh, really? This one?
Yeah, because it's wait a minute. Cat. Okay. All right. Twigs. All right. Because that's designed to go to winged elm, it looks like, but most of the winged elm I ever seen wasn't very okay. Or if oh, I see. Or if not asymmetrical, the twig's corky. So it'll do winged or regular elm too.
Yeah.
Okay. My bad.
Okay.
It's fine.
So we
Ours
found out
is asymmetrical.
we found out that it was an elm.
Yeah.
So we have to say leaves less than 4 inches long, some twigs with corky ridges, or leaves more than 4 inches long, twigs without corky ridges. So I'll tell you they don't have corky ridges, and I didn't measure them, so
And
I'm
that
sure
would
they're
be
longer than 4 inches long.
yeah. A common corky ridge one is alata, which means wing in Latin means wing.
So we choose the second choice.
Yeah.
Okay, so that gives us 2 more options here. Buds, and this is the one we're keying right here.
Yeah. Oh boy, those pretty buds.
I love them buds. I think that bud on the side, like I said yesterday, is a is a flower bud. So the buds, I can't see the key and the thing at the same time. Buds with rusty hairs, blunt, fruit pubescent on the seed body, glabrous on margin, leaves extremely scabrous on upper surface, lower surfaces tomentose. So this is the fruit. This is the bark. This is the fruit of the key, the one that we're keying. And so
And it's a lot bigger wing than American elm.
and it turns out to be rubra.
Just in case you want to see it, it's right here. I'm putting it right on the screen. This is almost rubra. I just picked this before the meeting here about 2 hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
So this is fresh out of my woods, and right now I can tell you this upper leaf surface is definitely scabrous. I can definitely feel it.
Are the twigs scabrous at all, rough?
These are not. No, these are smooth.
On new growth,
and they're not winged either. They're pubescent. I can see pubescence on. If I take my hand lens, I can definitely see pubescence. So it's not scabrous per se, but it's pubescent. So in other words, the scabrous feature of this is the upper leaf surface. I mean, that is unmistakable.
Now, can you do something that I've always heard but never seen? You tear a leaf off, John, and see if it sticks to your finger like Velcro.
Press it between your thumb and your finger.
Yeah.
See if it sticks.
See if
it may not stick to my hand. Maybe
if it sticks to your upper finger. One leaf.
Well, I can't do that, but it is definitely scabrous. I can tell you, it feels like Velcro to me if I rub against it. So it doesn't exactly stick to my finger, but maybe that's because of the way
that was a trick that Steve Bowling told me about.
Well, Steve Bowling told me that, and I've been trying it and I've never.
It does work for a true one. Now you can find some American that is a little bit scabrous on the upper surface. That's why I said that. Because, look at the difference between the twig. See how white this twig is right here, and hairy, black looking buds and hairy buds on this thing, and then you have American. It has a hairy twig, but it's kind of brown looking. Brown.
That's
red brown.
And then the bud is also hairy, but it's not like the other one, and it's more reddish brown. It's not
cinnamon.
It doesn't have that dark looking bud scales like
twigs are different color.
Right, they are different color. This is
the reason I asked John that is this spring at the pilgrimage, Ron Lance showed me a young slippery elm. And the twigs were scabrous when it's young on the new growth.
It's what I would call pubescent. I wouldn't call the twig scabrous. The leaves definitely are. There's no question there.
Well, you're only going to see that in the spring, what he showed me. But was that, by the way, any associated with limey soil?
Yes, it is.
Well, I was asking John if his plant.
John, is yours limey? You got limey soil?
I do not. Well, they're not limey per se. I mean, my native pH is somewhere around 4 to 4.5.
That's pretty acidic.
Yeah, it is.
It is acidic. Yeah.
It's supposed to prefer.
I also have almost Alata growing on my woods, and that seems to do well on these soils as well. So I have both species, U. Alata and U. rubra. This is rubra.
Well, it's more in the Ridge and Valley than the Blue Ridge, I think. Is that right, Richard?
Yes. This plant here, this plant that I have pictured here and here, came from Martha's Meadow out at Berry College, and the only trees growing out there are Quercus muhlenbergii, the chinkapin oak,
which likes limestone,
and red cedar. There are a few
that's definitely limey.
Shumard is not there. I think Shumard likes because it's in my yard, and
this slippery is supposed to be calcareous.
Yeah, it is. I agree with that. I don't know why it probably can grow other places, but
maybe I didn't test the soil pH under this specific tree, It could be affected by concrete, cement deposits
Right,
from
right. I tell you that what affects my plants in my yard is the lime that comes out of my brick and mortar.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it could be affected that way too. I should go out and test it, but in the rest of my woods, it's definitely not quite that high pH. So
All right, we're on the last plant, right?
We're on the last plant right here now,
We
key.
still got 27
Uh,
people.
This is not the same species that we're actually going to key. I'll just put this one in here to show you the leaf arrangement, having pinnately arranged leaflets, and well, this is the twig, and Rich Reeves can tell you right away what that is.
Four angled.
He knows where it came from. This is Bobby Hattaway's picture of the one that we might key. And this is his picture of the fruit. And this is my picture showing the fruit of two different species and the differences between them. And this is one of the species. And I wanted everybody to see this and see how.
Yeah, because I learned this yesterday, people.
Bobby just learned this yesterday. Does everyone see how the leaflets are hanging down off the side of the rachis on this plant right here?
They're drooping.
They're drooping, right? And on this is one species that we're going to key, or not going to key, and this is the other one. Look at how the leaflets are hanging up, going up on this thing.
Or at least horizontal.
It took me 20 years to see this. Now I can identify them going down the road at 60 miles an hour.
I maybe can too now. Thank you.
Maybe can. Yeah, they look so different. What they call it, the silhouette.
Yeah, the gestalt.
The habit.
The growth habit.
I shouldn't have showed you that one.
Growth habit.
But anyway, so let's start out here. We'll go ahead and key this one from the get-go because it's got a different.
Yeah.
This has leaves are compound. We got to go to group D on this one, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah. That's going to be quick and short. Thank you. Yeah.
Group D, way over here.
Way at the last page.
Next to the last page.
Yeah, that's unusual. A lot of books put the compounds early, but this is well, no, not the last page. Next to the last. You're right.
Okay, next question is the leaves, are they opposite?
Well, when the twigs are, that helps. Oh, no, you
How
can
about
see
that?
The scars are opposite. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, the leaves are opposite, right?
Yeah.
they are. That's correct. Yeah.
Are the leaves palmate or are they pinnate?
Wait a minute. Oh, they're pinnate, feather-like.
Compound.
Feather-like.
Pinnate.
Pinnate means feather-like. That's what it is.
Pinnately compound. That's what that leaf is.
Yeah.
Are the leaf scars encircling the twig?
Not hardly. No.
Well,
You can.
I can see one at the bottom right there that going.
Yeah, but yeah, it looks kind of, but it's not a full circle.
Yeah, that
Those
throws
are
me
little
off. That throws you off right there.
I can see where that U-shaped thing, it doesn't go all the way around though. I can see where you'd have a problem with that.
That's a mess up.
Well, one thing about it doesn't have 3 to 5 leaflets.
Well,
It's
let's
got
read the
more.
whole thing though.
Yeah,
Leaflets 3 to 5
yeah,
or 5 to 11.
yeah. So it's the second one. The second one.
That gets it down to the second one. Okay, often shrubby, twigs stout, pith large, margins of leaflets conspicuously serrate, fruit a berry-like drupe, and dense panicles, or a tree, twigs moderate, pith small, margins of leaflets entire or shallowly. Those leaflets, those are shallowly, I guess, serrate, I guess. Yeah, they are.
Very, very subtle, subtly, almost.
Yeah. So that gets us to Fraxinus.
That's correct.
Yeah. And by the way, people,
That's ash, by the way.
elderberry is a shrub. This is a tree.
Ash is, and there. I hope we don't get that emerald ash borer too bad around here, because I tell you what, we got millions and millions of ash trees. Oh,
You're right on target with that comment, Richard. That is very cogent to this discussion because the emerald ash borer being an invasive species, uh, has no natural enemy in North America. Came from Asia. It came to Georgia actually in 2013, and it has devastated many of our native fraxinus species. This one, I think this is. I'm not sure which one this is. I think it's that's
okay.
up to you to tell us, but it's devastating to all fraxinus species. It's attracted to them very readily.
Let's key this, and then I'll tell you what all this other stuff is. I'll go back. But okay, here's the key. Only thing is that what's that guy from Bone Out? I mean, not Bone Out, but from Texas that's named from. He's elevated Americana variety Biltmore. He elevated that to a full species.
Not Neeson.
Yeah, Neeson. And he's also named another one called Fraxinus smallii. And some of this stuff over here in all these flatwoods may be smallii, because everybody said in the past, if you see a tree in the low area or watery area, it's green ash, or if it's in a rocky upland somewhere, it's American ash. Well, we got those things over here that I've been keying out to Americana, and so. But let's go ahead and with this here. Now, obviously, if you look at my pictures of the first two, you're going to know
That's quadrangulata, I believe.
Quadrangulata, yeah.
Yes.
And it's taken up there, at the Pigeon Mountain.
That thing's all the way in northern Illinois.
Yeah, and it's you see the twigs, they're either like the lower ones here are completely four-sided, or either they got wings like the top portion here.
That's right.
So it's very easy to tell.
Yep.
And obviously this here's what I was going to key anyhow. This one here, and this one here. And
is this one Pennsylvanica?
No. Bob, according to Bobby's photo, this is Americana.
That's because of that deep.
Well, also the seed itself is much different. You see how fat this seed is?
Yeah.
You can take it and roll it between your fingers. Now the seed on this thing on the right here is so flat or flat-sided, you can't hardly do it. It's almost impossible to roll it.
Yeah.
But the one on the left, and of course they say the wing is not supposed to go down over halfway, but sometimes it gets a little vigorous. So like on that picture of Bobby's, it looks like it goes down over halfway, and that especially on the underside right there.
I like what you said about rounding and rolling. That makes more sense than anything.
That works. It works better than worrying about how far the wing comes down on the seed.
I've always had trouble with that, how far.
And this character here
is U-shaped.
It's supposed to be like a horseshoe shape, like U-shape, and the bud is supposed to set at least halfway down inside the bud, or something like that in the key.
Yeah.
But some of these things, like the ones I took over here, are like halfway. I mean, you can't tell nothing about those. But see the key here, we done screwed the key up, but just discussing it's a better way anyway. But the key, the Americana, of course, the twigs are not four-angled or not winged, and the leaf scar is deeply concave.
Yeah, it makes a U shape.
Samara is winged only at the terminal end of fruit body. It means it's not supposed to go over halfway down. Like I said, sometimes they get a little crazy, but you can tell more about the seed being like really round and flat.
Yeah, the first one I'm going to write in my book. I can roll the one in Americana and and the other I cannot.
But now the other, if there's a smalley eye, I don't know how it fits in here because the two plants that I'm showing are quadrangulata and Americana. I did not put any of my photos in there of the leaf scars because that's why, because they were like halfway in between. A regular
Yeah.
Pennsylvanica is kind of almost supposed to be almost flat across the top.
Yeah. And
The leaf scar is almost flat or just slightly indented, you know, and it's more like a shield shaped leaf scar on Pennsylvanica. Of course, I'm not very too familiar with. I have some leaf pictures of one of those from South Georgia. I can't remember. I think it might be Caroliniana. I don't think I've ever seen Profunda, but they're both South Georgia things. So I've never seen.
well, I don't know what page number in the 1990 book, but on the page number in the 2007 book, if you look for Pennsylvania scar on 254, it's horizontal. There's no U shape at all.
Can I share my website or no?
Well, we're almost done. Why don't you do that when we're
How
done?
how would I do it? I wonder. Stop the
Uh,
share on this one.
you could. I think if you just pull it down, it'll share just like PowerPoint. Just go
Well, there it is.
go pull up Chrome or
Let me click
whatever
on share here.
browser you use.
See what it does. I'm supposed to have the website open,
I think if you hit
but I don't know.
Hit Alt Tab on your keyboard and see what happens.
But I don't think it's open anymore. Dang, I got two.
Don't you have a taskbar at the bottom showing your
It's
web page?
no, not full screen. When you're full screen, you don't see nothing. Remember?
Oh, that's right. Okay, okay.
So
All right. Well, let's just finish up here and then you maybe can do it.
okay, well, I can do it, but I had it on here. Well, I thought I had it down here, but I can't see it because I thought if I clicked on share that it would show
Well,
it. Evidently, it's
sometimes
not open anymore.
have you ever tried to do this? Hit
Wait a minute.
Alt Tab at the same time. See what happens.
Alt tab.
Alt Tab.
Alt tab. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, something appeared and then disappeared.
Well, you have to hit Alt Tab again.
It won't stay on the screen though.
Okay. All right.
Well, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. But I don't think it's down there though.
All right.
It's not down there.
Well, you tried.
I can close this one, I guess, and do it. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not through yet. Where do we get to? Nice, all the way back at the top. No, that's the wrong one.
All right. Well,
Wait a minute.
we did 10.
Hold on. Where's the thing at? Alt tab. Okay, so I hold it down.
You can.
There it is. I go. Well, still, I'm not getting the right one. Hold on.
Well, you know what? We did 10 and you can.
There it is. Okay, here I'm back.
All right.
I'm back. Full screen. I got one more slide to show.
Grandson.
Great grandson.
Oh, great.
That's the Grand Prairie. In case for you poor people that had never been there, part of the Coosa Valley, Coosa Prairies here in western Floyd County.
Purple
929
is that Levigata?
No, that's a simulator. Simulator. They used to call it Pallida, and then they found out that Pallida has white pollen and this one has yellow pollen. So
good God.
Simulator.
Echinacea.
Echinacea of simulator, yeah.
Good night. Okay.
That's Samuel. Can I see? I wonder if I can stop share and then share. I don't know. Can I do it?
Yeah. Try that maybe.
Your screen sharing.
Yeah, we're done. Yeah.
Well, let me see if I can escape. Well, it stopped it automatically.
Yeah.
Richard, I looked in weekly and he has a smalley eye in his key with how to separate it from Biltmoriana.
Okay.
I was going to ask, we should probably look at weekly.
Wait a minute, hold on.
And yes, the habitat, bottomlands is part of the habitat, so that would also be suitable for something in the flatwoods that's too wet for Americana.
Oh, it is here, but hold on. Let's see.
Well, why you can't share it, but it's okay.
Wait a minute, I'm coming. Let's see if I can get back on the screen again here now. All right, share. I know why. I know why. There it is.
It says you started seeing. Okay, there you go.
All right, I'm gonna hit F11. I don't think it works. No, it's been doing it. It's been going whole screen, but
Well, click on trees.
anyway, trees. I was going to tell everybody they need to use my website if they're not using it. All it is northnjaflora.com. And when they first get to the front page right here, you'll have three options: wildflowers and ferns, shrubs and woody vines, and trees. And so we're doing trees today. So if you click on trees, you'll just see a list here of all the trees in here, which hundreds of, I don't know how many there are in here, but
You just passed the ash.
okay, I'll go back. I was
I
showing
thought you
them,
did. Wait a minute. Yeah, you did. Okay.
but I don't know if I got good twig pictures in here or not. But there's the leaves, and there's the way the leaflet sagged down over here. Yeah, there's one. Now see this picture on the left?
Yeah, that's like mine.
That is well, it's not quite as good, but this came from the flatwoods over here at Berry. Would you consider that, Rich? You still on here?
Yeah.
Would you consider that Americana or Smalley Eye? I wonder.
Well, he talks about the scar being shallowly lobed in Smalley Eye,
Mm-hmm.
so not as deep as Americana.
Jeez.
So
Is
Anyway.
that the only way you separate it?
I don't know. There's a lot of things. I just remembered that. I mean, I looked at it for the first time 5 minutes ago. So
Right. Well, I just happened to mention that because it's another confusing point. But
Well, anyway,
of course, that distribution there would probably be Smalley Eye and Americana and Biltmoreana and all of them together, I guess.
no wonder I don't see Americana much.
I got something under here about it, but um, there's a leaf scar, and I don't even know if I show a leaf scar on the America Pennsylvania or not. I just don't remember. I don't think I did.
No, Pennsylvania is not drooping. It's straight
I don't
out.
have it. I don't have a leaf scar.
But it's not drooping.
Look at that right there. See that left picture?
They're not drooping.
So I don't know if that's a Smalley Eye. I don't know what it does. So I have to become a little bit more familiar with that species, I guess. But I don't think they need to worry if they can separate Americana, Biltmoreana, and Pennsylvania and Quadrillata. They're doing pretty good actually.
Oh, well, I think you did well, Richard.
But this is they can use my website here. You know, look up.
They can access your website through the botanical site too.
Yes, that's right. And there's
that's what I do.
oaks, and there's a lot of them. But we keyed an oak, we keyed a hickory and maple, and some of these things.
Well, we did mostly the difficult alternate leaf ones.
I tried to pick one of each to carry us to each different grouping of the deciduous. I didn't do anything about the evergreens. They're pretty easy, except for all your South Georgia members of the Ericaceae, which I hate.
the further you go toward the equator in South Florida, the more evergreens you get. And I'm not talking about gymnosperms.
Did you hear what I said about Ericaceae?
Yeah,
I can't stand them. Mountain laurel is okay, but when it goes to that South Georgia stuff, oh God, hard to do. Well, there it is. Please use my website. I don't know if anybody ever use it,
Well, anybody can unmute themselves if they have questions, and there's
And,
10 different things in the chat. I haven't looked at them.
and also, every morning before I post a different wildflower every morning. And every morning I use this website right here, Flora of Southeastern United States, 2025 edition. And I make sure that whatever I'm posting has got the most recent accepted name, for God's sake.
For the scientific name. I don't necessarily agree with all of Alan's common names.
No. I probably go with mine on common names, but most of the time, but yeah. And, I use that website just to make sure, I'm not, I don't want people saying, oh, it's got a new name then. And
All right.
I got to where I don't post anything on any of these other sites that are not native. I only put it on mine because people say, that's not native.
Well, Richard, that website you just showed of the southeastern flora,
Mm-hmm.
you got to be connected to the internet to make it work. But
Tell them about the one I got on my phone.
well, that's what I'm about to do. Nobody's asked it yet, but the apps.
Flora Quest.
All right, there are there are more than two, I guess, but there's two basic kind of apps. There's crowdsourced apps like Sync and iNaturalist, and then there's my favorite is PlantNet, but they're all crowdsourced. The Weekly's FloraQuest apps are not crowdsourced apps. And the advantage of the FloraQuest apps, there's a Carolina and Georgia version that I've got, and there's a Florida version I've got. There's a Northern Tier version, and even a Virginia. But the Carolina, Georgia one is one most of these folks would want, and it's $19.99. It's worth every penny. You don't have to be connected to the internet to make it work, and it's got range maps, it's got images, photographs, it's got keys, it's got synonymy, it's got habitat and flowering time. It's got all of everything that the description is supposed to have, except it doesn't have a full description yet. But it is the best thing since sliced bread. But what I'm saying is the FloraQuest app is a game changer. Hal Massey's, those are his words, and they're true. It's very good, but the only thing misleading about it is when he says he has a description, it's not a full description yet. That may come in time, and it gets updated. You don't have to be connected to the internet. And here's one of the best things about the Georgia Carolina one. You can turn off Carolinas. You can turn off the mountains if you're in the coastal plain. You can turn off the coastal plain if you're in the mountains. And so you're only dealing with a small subset of plants. And so FloraQuest is a good app. But the other apps that are crowdsourced, I like PlantNet because it'll get me in the ballpark if I don't know how to get there. Now, Weekly's FloraQuest will get you in the ballpark too, but it's a little slower on that. What I do is if I don't have a clue what it is, and the other day somebody sent a picture from Effingham County, and I didn't know what it was, and it said you're not in southeastern Georgia, but you're in the world flora. This is Pterosporium heterophyllum, and that was correct. It was correct, and the only problem I've ever had with PlantNet is if it's not got a photograph in the database, it's going to fail you. But that's about the only time it ever failed me. But but the most important thing is what Linda Chafin said. You can start with a smartphone app, and she's talking crowdsourced apps. But if you finish with one, you're gonna be well, I'd say you're apt to be disappointed. Because bottom line is you don't trust a smartphone app to finish with, especially with a difficult group like oaks or ashes or something like that, because they're based on the crowd. They're not like Weekly's FloraQuest. So never finish an identification process with a smartphone app. I mean a a crowdsourced smartphone app. And that's all I got to say about that. Any questions about anything Richard did or anything I said or what? Unmute yourself, and I think you can unmute yourself. Richard, I'm done.
I was trying to read through these meeting chats, see if
Oh, yeah.
there's
Forgot
anything
about
you
that.
think
Yeah.
you
Well, I think a few of the people answered, their questions got answered as we went through. I saw that.
yeah.
Not going so fast, just right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. Get the right link. Yeah, we still got we still got 20 people, which is considering how long we went, that's not bad. Because some people have TB, tiny bladders.
Oh, Rich, you still here?
I'm still here.
Good. You learn anything at all today?
Oh yeah, always learn something.
Is that
Yeah.
Anita
Yeah.
laughing?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Rich.
she watches Gilligan's Island on Sunday afternoon
Oh.
on Me TV, so
Oh,
she isn't involved.
yeah. Rich.
I look forward to your pictures.
What? Rich.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um, Charlie posted some really beautiful pictures on Facebook, but he didn't have all the IDs. So would you help him out?
Uh,
Charlie who?
Charlie Seabrook. This
Seabrook.
is from our trip last weekend down to
Yeah,
the
he
Waycross
did.
area.
He also his column this week in the Atlanta Journal was about our trip. So that was really happy to see that.
Yeah, Marie sent me a copy of Charlie's article
Oh,
since I don't get the
good.
paper.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll get on there this evening and see if I can fill in the blanks.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
I'm sorry I had to miss that, Rich. I sure would have liked to have been able to go, but they hadn't made them roadsides rollator friendly yet.
Well,
I didn't go because I didn't want to be the usual pain in Rich's butt. So
the weather was enough of a pain. The humidity and
Ooh.
the temperature. Our Saturday got pretty miserable by the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
I'm down here and I can cut it with a knife out there right now.
Mm-mm.
Humidity.
I'm
Well,
certainly glad that I went. I certainly am. Did learn a lot.
Yeah.
I just bought Weekly's Florida and haven't even had a chance to open it up yet. So I'm interested in seeing that and working with it too.
Luckily, they gave me that floor quest for free.
Yeah.
Well, I've
They've
in the last
got
2 months,
thousands of my pictures on that website.
Yeah. Should.
I've just started using FloorQuest in the last 3 months, and I really, as how Massey said, it is a game changer. But especially when you don't want to lug books around, you don't have to be connected to the internet. That is a real plus. Some of these other apps, you have to take a picture of the plant and then subject it to the app later. That's
Yeah.
well, Richard,
It's not like some of them apps where you can just point your camera toward it and it'll tell you exactly what it is, which I understand some of them must be pretty accurate.
those
Yeah.
are crowdsourced,
Fun.
Richard.
Yeah.
What you just described are crowdsourced
Yeah.
apps.
Yeah,
Mhm.
What I see on those on the pages I follow, various states in the Southeast,
Mhm.
is probably they're about 70% accurate.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
a lot of times the people are putting my app says it's this, and you're not even in the right family.
Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was using PlantNet to identify oak bark, and most of the, I'd say 70% were correct. And I sent one to Ron Lance and said, "What's going on here?" And he said, "That's even not even an oak; it's a prunus." And so you just can't depend on crowdsourced apps. I never confirm anything on a crowdsource app unless I'm absolutely sure. But
My favorite crowdsource app incident I have had, and this was a few months back on the Mississippi wildflower page, and right after Alan Weekly identified what the plant was for them, somebody said, "Well, my app says it's not that; it says it's this."
Mhm.
well,
Yeah.
Linda, yeah,
I get those posts from Mississippi down there too. A lot of them will use those Alps, and then they'll go on these on Facebook or some of these other programs and ask you what it is if the Alp was right.
yeah. Well, Linda Chafin made the comment that when she gives these Botanical Society field trips up there in the garden, that people will use Seek or high naturalist, and they'll just believe it's correct, just like it's the gospel. And she just straightens them out right there, or tries to. But 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 anyway, it's just like these confirmations are like opinions. Everybody's got one. So, all right, Richard, I think you did well.
Thank you, I hope so.
We still got we got a 16 people left out of 40 something. So, but we had 20 something up until a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Susan Morell is still here.
Yeah, well, that was she has to be. She's the host.
I thought, oh, okay.
Anyway,
she never
all
gave
right.
it to me.
Well, I've said all I'm going to say, and probably too much. But I did address the app question, and then if anybody has questions, feel free to. I think you can unmute yourself. Donna, did you unmute yourself?
Yes,
So
I did.
so people can do that. So I see a lot of familiar names of people that are still here. Feel free to ask something, but otherwise, I think we're getting close to being done.
Hey, Bobby, are you there?
Yes, Mark.
This is Mark Ogilvy. I'm looking at the ash key. In the new book, it's page 251, and it has a lot of descriptions of the Samaras and where the wings start. Is that ambiguous, or is it all?
Well,
pretty clear?
yes, based on what Richard just said, I would trust the ability. Now that comes in most handy between Pennsylvania. I don't know about Biltmore-Deane and Smalley, but when it comes to Pennsylvania and Americana, what Richard said about the ability to roll it. All right, which one can you roll, Richard?
The Americana.
Okay, and then Pennsylvania is going to be flat, and the seed is too flat to roll easily. All that stuff about the seed and the wing and how much space they occupy, I've never been able to satisfactorily apply that. Maybe you can, but it doesn't work for me.
So we might key it out with other descriptions, and that would be kind of a last resort.
Well, the rolling Americana versus the flat Pennsylvania, I would go with that and forget that how much of the wing is this and the seed is that. That to me, that and the bit about the drooping branches of American and the horizontal leaves of Pennsylvania, that's something I'd learned yesterday. But
I have a something to add to that though. However,
yeah,
that might be something that you only see in what they call it, plants that are in the sun.
yeah.
But when you get in the deep shade,
Yeah,
I'm
it
not
doesn't
sure it works.
doesn't hold
I'm not
up.
sure
Yeah.
it works that good.
Well, it works for roadside
Oh yeah, it works for roadsides.
because you're on the margin of the sun. So
Yeah, so I guess there's a possibility of a little bit of wilt, and maybe the Americana is more prone to wilt when it's under moisture stress.
I don't think it's wilt. No,
that's just
no.
It's a natural drooping.
Yeah, it's natural.
yeah.
Okay.
Any other comments or questions?
Thank you, by the way.
Yeah,
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I got,
Maybe we'll be healthy enough, and we can do one on the winter
we only got 13 left now.
tree ID.
Alrighty.
I see some new people. I wanted to say, I hope they're still here. I should have said this to start with. Anybody that's not in the Georgia Botanical Society, we would love to have you join.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
required to go on field trips and then decide later if you want to join. It's fine, fine. You can come
Yeah.
on field trips. Right,
Yeah.
right, Rich?
Yep.
Thank you, everybody.
I don't know how many
Alrighty.
people are not members, but I hope everyone enjoyed it, and it was just fun to do.
What I learned is not to mess around with those indentations when you write keys.
Right. Ah, thank
Thank
you,
All
you.
right.
guys.
Thank
You're
you, Richard
welcome.
and Bobby.
All
Thank
right.
you, thank you. Welcome, Rich.
Welcome.
Bye.
All right.
Thank you. Welcome,
All
Donna.
right.
Bye. Thank you.
Mhm.
You should stop recording. Is it Bobby or Richard is recording?
Oh yeah, I've got recording. It
Okay.
won't do anything until we turn off the recording, which I guess I'm fixing to do now. I'm
Okay.
going to stop recording right now. Bye. Well, I'm not going to say bye. I'm just going to stop recording. All right, let's see what happens. Okay. Uh-oh.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Well, I'm not confident it's recording. Oh boy.
Susan, do you want to talk about that other thing now, or
Let me call you.
okay?
Yeah, okay.
That better
I'm
be
not
better.
confident it's
Are
recording. I'm
you
not
about
seeing the usual screen. I'll let you know about the recording what happens, but I stopped recording, but it ain't I think I'm gonna have to go out of the session and leave before it'll do it. I
Okay.
hope. Bye.
All right, I'm gonna end the session.